Let's start with this. I fully, 100,000% with no hedge, do not believe that you can teach entrepreneurship, right? So that's awkward, you know? You see regret in a man's eyes, it's fucking painful. Ideas are shit, and execution's the game. That's one of my favorite quotes. Yeah, Gary, you talk about hard work, but I work smart. I work smart too, and hard. Now what, dick?
What's going on, y'all? I'm Braden Wuerch. I'm here to provide insane value to you guys to grow you personally and financially as well. All right, guys, so today on Motivation Monday, we're covering the one and only Gary Vee. He's definitely no stranger to most of the followers here on this channel. If you don't know who he is, Gary Vaynerchuk took his dad's wine business from $3 million to $30 million. In 2009, he started VaynerMedia, his marketing company. And there's probably no greater example of someone killing it on the social media game than Gary Vee. Gary Vee is probably the most influential entrepreneur out there right now. You know, he's the most outspoken on social media, all of that. We definitely talk about him a lot on this channel. So today we're actually going to cover his top 5 rules for success. But before we get into it, make sure to go ahead and smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, turn on that notification bell so you never miss an upload, leave a comment down below. What is your favorite thing you love about Gary Vee? Is it, you know, his K-Swiss collaboration? Is it his books? Is it essentially how blunt he is, how he is on social media? What is it that you love about Gary Vee? All right, so Gary's first rule of success is you have to work.
It comes down to doing. You can figure out how to market your business to accomplish all your fucking goals in life, whether that's to build a pool in your backyard or to buy the fucking jets, whatever it is in between, if you're actually willing to put in the work. You know what I do? I fucking work 15 hours a day. I fucking write my captions on my Instagram. I reply to your fucking DMs. I answer comments. I read my email. It's fucking work. You want the secret? It's called work. It's called work. And by the way, do not get confused here. You have to work to match the ambition coming out of your mouth. This is not about working 15 hours a day. You got family, you got other interests. You do you, but don't be a fucking hypocrite. Don't be full of shit. Don't tell me you're buying a fucking private jet when you're watching 4 hours of YouTube videos a day, because it's work. You have to figure out what you're trying to achieve and what you want, and then you need to put in the work that maps to that ambition. And I know somebody's sitting here and be like, yeah, Gary, you talk about hard work, but I work smart. I work smart too, and hard. Now what, dick? This is not a debate. The most controllable thing, listen, we're all built differently, right? We've all got different skills, different charisma levels, different beauty, different smarts. We've all got different shit. But the most controllable thing in this room, the most controllable thing is putting in the work.
Number 2, bet on your strengths.
The number one thing that you can do, you know, I'm desperately competitive and want to be the person that brings the most value to you out of all these talks. Like, I secretly sit here and say, oh, they're gonna get all these people that they've heard of, but I'm gonna be the one that tells them something that actually fucking matters. And that one thing is, you need to bet on your strengths and don't give a fuck about what you suck at. You're gonna, way too many people in this room are gonna spend the next 30, 40 years of their lives trying to check the boxes of the things that they're not as good at, and that you're gonna waste a fuckload of time and lose. I highly recommend auditing yourself, or if you have no fucking empathy or EQ or self-awareness, then find somebody in your family or friendship that does and let them tell you who you are. And once you believe that, either for yourself or someone else told you, go directly all chips all into that, because that is the only possible way, in my opinion, watching from the outside, that is, let me rephrase, that is a very highly likely way of over-indexing. Because the truth is, if you want to be an anomaly, you've got to act like one. The only advice I'd like to give to everybody is to do you. Define what your North Star is. to understand yourself, to understand what your work-life balance ambitions are, what your financial ambitions are, what your life challenges are, the problems that you want to try to solve and cure, as we all do as humans, trying to climb those different mountains in our lives. What makes you tick? That is all that matters. I don't do Daily B or all these videos for you to be like me. I don't think anybody should be like me. Boy, are there enormous amounts of pressures and sacrifices that I recognize are just not healthy or valuable to anybody else. But it's also not healthy or valuable to me to do some of the things that you want me to do. Like, it's not fun for me to work 9 to 5. Like, I will break. I will be as equally devastated as you would be to work till midnight every day. And so we just need a call to action for everybody to recognize we have to stop judging everybody else. I'm not judging you. I'm creating content for you to use as a barometer to try to figure out what you like and what you don't like. And I'm trying to provide value through my words, my actions, and my content to bring to people to amplify their worlds. And that's really it. That's the clarification. Like, I don't want people to be like me. I don't want people to do me. I want people to do themselves. And they just have to start with understanding themselves and not trying to be like me in this moment or that person the next moment or that person the next moment. The people that most win are in tune with themselves and figuring themselves out.
Number 3, you have to execute your ideas.
I think that one of the things that I've pounded home in 100 episodes here is how much pride I have in being a practitioner. How much I respect practicality. Like, how much ideas are shit and execution's the game. That's one of my favorite quotes, right? So, but it's interesting, this question, as it rolled off of India's tongue, made me realize, truth is, there is value in it. You know what? Here's a good way to put it. One of the reasons I think I pound ideas are shit and execution's the game is because I think the majority of people that spend a lot of time watching me aren't at a place where they can afford the luxury of ideas. Silent pause for profoundness. Let me explain. Ideas are great. Ideas are, you could really revert, I like being a contradiction. Ideas are the game, right? Ideas are the seed, but so many people don't have the luxury of being able to afford the ability to have those ideas. For a long time, I didn't have the luxury of building a company that had great video people who could come with me and tape my garage sale show, and now I do it. I can't wait. I'm so pumped. We have to find a town sale. That's where all the action is. Anyway, so I think there is a place for idea people in India and Vayner Nation. I think it is, Ranger people are excited. I think that you have to have the luxury of those people. I think the reason I'm hedging here is I'm scared so many of you are like, see, he said idea people, and I'm an idea person, and you've got to be in the right setting to get the right value of ideas, which is a huge company that can afford R&D, research and development, that kind of thing. You just got really lucky that your partner is so goddamn practical that he or she respects your idea skills and wants them. But it is a really rare situation for ideas to be valuable in its execution form, especially for the far majority of the Vayner Nation.
Number 4, don't make excuses.
I think the biggest obstacle to success is a lack of optimism. That question in itself is the problem, my friend, right? You're looking at two things that are both negatives, and guess what? Both of them are obstacles. When I started WineLibrary.com transformation from my business, I had time. I worked my face off every minute, but we didn't have a whole lot of money in our profit center, so it took more time, right? It's just the way it is. Today, I have more money, but boy, don't I have time. But neither, ever will be an excuse for me. And so, just to drill this through the throat of the Vayner Nation, that's right, I went that graphic. Don't smile, D-Rock. Here's the bottom line. I refuse to allow you to get an answer to that question because both of them are firmly square in the excuse column, and I have no patience for that. There will always be problems. Let's talk about a million other things that are a way to stop success. The health and well-being of your family members, so it takes your mind away from execution. The country you live in's government and political, concepts at these moments, a la startups in China that I've invested in that got traction, but then people that were wired into the government decided to not allow it to happen, and then the startup disappeared. Not as easy to be an entrepreneur there. It's still a communist country. Sorry, it just is. And so all these things can be problems, right? There's a competitor with $1 billion who's also skilled and punches you in the mouth and knocks you out in the first round, right? The world changing. I mean, there's just a million obstacles, right? The media, one bad coverage of you, a moment in time. You know what I think about a lot? You know what I think about a lot? Let's get really real. This is why we did this show. I'm a human being. And I always think about a moment in time. What if I just say the wrong thing at the wrong time, right? What if I call out China for being a communist country in an episode while I'm on a rant and somebody who's watching doesn't like the way that tastes and it takes away a business opportunity for me in China in 7 years, even though I'm not trying to zing, it's just things that I saw. What if I look down on my phone while I'm driving, even though I've really not done that, and I hit somebody and I kill them? And that becomes the story. And they're like, forget about the story about what you think of me. I will never recover from that because I killed somebody because I needed to check a tweet. These are moments in time. So there are so many things that can keep you from being successful, right? The people that you invested in, having something bad happen to them, so it slows you down. My friends, there are a million reasons why not, but there's one great reason why, which is you've just got to persevere, no matter what it is. It's just the way it is. It's hard being an entrepreneur. It's hard building a business. Everybody thinks it's so easy, that there's an entitlement. There's a disaster. Zinging China, here comes my US zing right now. There is an insane generation of 18 to 25-year-olds right now that think they're entitled to having a business because they saw the Social Network movie and everybody's decided if you're a kid and you know what tech is, because you used Instagram early on, you're entitled to actually build a business. Building a business is hard. And you know what makes it really hard? Everything that happens every day of every moment. So, you can pick time, you can pick money as the one or two things that you think stop you from winning your game, but the truth is, there's a million reasons. 99% of businesses go out of business for a reason, and that reason is, it's hard. And so, if you're watching this show, I've got a sense of who you are, and you need to start creating layers and layers and layers and layers of skin to be able to get through, because the glamour of being an entrepreneur, the goodness. You know, you get very confused by my optimism because it's my optimism. I can't help it. It's just how I roll. It's probably one of the variable 1% reasons why I'm successful. But please, don't get it twisted. This is hard. Every day is hard. And if you don't have the stomach to weather the storm, you will not be successful. And by the way, let me throw you a real weird curveball, and that's okay. People have to look themselves in the mirror and understand if they're a number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in an organization that has differences of being a number 1, but maybe that's where your skill set sits. Maybe that's how you make your fortunes and happiness and all the things that you're looking for. And so, that question got me going a little bit, Steve, because it's under the context of excuses, and I will never make an excuse. Everything that's a problem with me, everything I don't achieve, everything that's a problem at VaynerMedia, and everything is my fault. And I succumb to that, and I respect that, and I actually think that's the way it should be. And so, no excuses, my friends.
5, live without regret.
When you see regret in a man's eyes, it's fucking painful. You should really go to a retirement home one day and volunteer and just talk to them. It will make you want to do shit every minute of your life, because when you're 90 and you're not mobile and you're tired and it's over, you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't build that company you wanted. You can't spend that time with your kid. It's regret.
Yeah.
And it fucking drives the shit out of me. How old are you?
I'm 27.
You got fucking time. It's a balance of regret and patience. Like, you can go hard on for 3 years, do nothing right, wake up, and be young as fuck. The amount of people who are watching this right now, maybe even in this room, that are sad, men and women, that they didn't go for it and didn't make the move and didn't try, that regret is a hell of a lot longer and more painful and more drawn out than the instant rejection of going for it. It's just the way it is. Like, even if you think of random dumb stuff like not asking out that person in high school or stuff, this stuff lingers. It's the stuff that you don't do that bothers you. And so for the purebred entrepreneurs in here that haven't decided to make that leap or take that at bat, I implore you to do so right away, because this window closes too. And the one thing that I ask you to do is to not look back and regret that you wavered on the moment that was available to you. I think your biggest concern as you get older is you want to make sure you're doing things for yourself, not to make him proud. And that's gonna be the toughest thing for you. The biggest poison in us is regret. Everybody here is already sitting with 2, 3, 4 things they can think of very quickly that they regret right now, already. You got a lot more life to go, and right now you feel okay because you got a lot of life to go. But if you spend time with people in their 80s and 90s, the thing they will absolutely teach you if you really dig is regret fucking sucks. Go talk to 90-year-olds. They regret. They talk about regret. I wish is the opening line. Go and volunteer in a nursing home, because you're gonna see something that you haven't seen in such a pure state. You will face regret in a way that will fuck with you so hard that you will stay focused and on track for the rest of your fucking life. The number one thing that you will taste if you go to a nursing home is you will find multiple people that will talk to you about regrets in a way that will pierce your soul in a way that you've never felt before, because they're actually in that place where time has run out. I just really think, I really believe this from the bottom of my heart. I think we only live one time. And and we don't act like it. I just really wish people knew that they were gonna die. Devin, like, how can you not stay motivated? Do you know that the odds of becoming a human being are 400 trillion to 1? You're more than welcome to tell me about how bad it is or why you can't because or what, but it's just not true. Because if anybody ever did it, then you can too. Stop making excuses. Stop complaining. Nobody's listening. They may pretend they're listening. The market doesn't care. What you need to do is make one person happy, you. Then you can make everybody else happy. You know why I like making people happy? Because I'm already happy. And so I implore you to take this last little rant and really look at your fucking face and understand, are you doing the things that are putting you in a position to succeed? Not just in a business world, but in life. Because it's super important, because boy, when you're happy in life, your fucking business can roll. And so I'm just trying to figure it out. And I've been trying to figure it out in front of you for the last 7, 8 years. Trying to figure out the unlocks. EQ, IQ, self-awareness, hustle. I don't know what they are. You know why? Because like I told my man, it's 330 different unlocks. And so I'll go to all of them. They're all tried and true. And one might hit you. Yeah, it was hard work because I'm actually lazy. I talk a good game, but I'm full of shit. Or it might be something else, but fuck, one. And so.
I'm back here.
You decided to sit? You're into this, right? It's good, right? This is some good shit. You're gonna remember this?
I did.
Good. One fucking life. One life, my friends, one time. And honestly, I'll leave you with this because a lot of you need it. How you make your money is more important than how much you make.
All right, guys, I hope you found value in today's Motivation Monday. Definitely go ahead and carry these 5 rules of success with you throughout this week as you perform. Gary Vee is definitely a very inspirational, motivational entrepreneur that we can all take motivation advice from. All right, guys, if you found any value in this, make sure to go ahead and smash that like button for me. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below. What is your favorite rule of success from today's video? Keep grinding, y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.